Hi, everybody. My name is Ishita Sharma, and it's not every day that I put on a flower crown and make videos, but I wanted to do that today because I'm inviting you into the energy of a very special journey together. A journey into the heart of our humanity, into the ground of our femininity, into what I'm calling homecoming, the return to yourself, the return home to who you are, so you can show up in the world knowing that there is a unification of who you know yourself to be and how you meet yourself, your beloveds, and your purpose. Homecoming is a 12-month adventure in sisterhood, in mystery, in grace, into aliveness, using all the nuances that we have been gifted in our feminine instruments. We're going to learn to use, to tune, and attune to our unique instruments as women and walk together as a forest, as a flock, holding each other's backs in sisterhood. Now, I know a lot of people are already on the spiritual path. A lot of people have done a lot of inner work, and you may recognize yourself as an avid inner adventurer. Now, I want to speak to something that's unique here. People who work with me have often done decades of inner work, decades of spiritual practice, and still there's something that hasn't quite integrated. They know the things in their head, but they don't live it through their body. And this is where the rubber hits the road. This is where those splits between what you know and what you embody can actually start to heal. The transformation that occurs is visceral. I can give you 100 stories, and you are encouraged to go to my website and read what people write from their experience in deeper dives. But I can tell you one thing, that if you come, you will leave more connected to yourself, more full of your own fire and radiance, more sure of yourself, with deeper trust in yourself, in your own inner guidance, and the benevolence of life to have your back. I was with a client today, in fact, who was coming out of a deep cathartic awakening experience. And he said so sweetly, he said, I'm realizing now that I used to be able to only do for others. Now I can actually be here with others. And it turns out that that's what they're actually looking for. Now, this is very common. I see in my work people's bodies change, people's postures change, people's voices change, people's lives reconfigure into a more coherent, essentially organized whole, where what is important to you is at the center. And that means addictions start to change. Habits that have been long standing, old patterns of limitation, like the same old repetitive pattern in your relationship that's causing struggle, the same old patterns of self defeating behavior, the same old needing and pulling from the outside rather than resourcing from the inside. These are old, deep patterns that affect everything else. That's the invitation of homecoming. It's a deep, full bodied yes to life with other people, holding you, walking with you, supporting you, not just through the juicy and happy parts, but through the fullness of life. So you can take your right place in yourself, in your body, in the life that you've created, and the community that you touch. I really hope you come. There's some extraordinary women coming. There's some beautiful intentions being birthed, and we will support each other in our own personal intentions and our group intentions. We're going to have fun along the way. We're going to make flower crowns for each other and ourselves. We're going to work with herbal allies. We're going to work with your ancestral field. We're going to work with the seed of your soul's longing. We're going to work at the core of life: non duality, somatics, embodiment, relational dynamics, energetics, using your attention, clarifying your intention, taking the reins in your life, getting to know your incredible feminine body and the uniqueness of its instrument. The feminine path is different from the masculine path. I've been walking it from the inside and finding that not a lot of people talk to the differences. So I've had to do this from the inside, and it's my joy and my pleasure and my gift to be able to facilitate the opening of your own inquiry, your own journey into your embodiment, your fullness. It would be an honor and a delight to walk with you. I know that we'll both be changed for the better. I hope to see you in homecoming. There are so many things that you might be looking to invest in. You might be wondering, why this course? Why here? Because it's real. Because this is not just empty talking and promises. This is where transformation really occurs. And not with pushing or pulling or trying or fixing or pushing against ourselves, not trying to get rid of anything, but something magical occurs when we meet in a coherent field, in a state of being that invites and reflects your wholeness, the fullness that's already here, the healing that is already here. You know, we say you don't have to go looking for the truth. You just drop the lie and the truth is here. That's the invitation. Because you, sweetheart, are strong, powerful, wise, loving. How would it be to just live that truth? To know that you're showing up, you've got your own back, and you can serve the life that you've meant to serve. You are living the life that you're meant to live. I have so much more to say, and I would love to meet you in conversation. If any of this resonates, just make a time for us to talk. The course starts on Guru Purnima, which is a beautiful full moon day on July 29th. And before then, if you come, there are lots of incentives to sign up. Come talk to me. Let's see what your heart is longing for, and if this is the right container to bring that transformation to ground. I would love to meet you in truth, love, power to power, self to self. Jai Ma.